I can't hear you, dude. I can't hear you.
I still can't hear you either, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I can hear you. No, I'm only
Oh,
kidding.
now I got you.
I don't know what happened over here. Everything got all fucked up.
Yeah.
Hi. I totally forgot we had a wrestling show today.
Wrestling, yes.
Sunday, I forgot. The thunderstorm has thrown my whole week off now. I forgot it was Sunday.
Yeah.
So I don't see our Bones, our friend DJ Bones. I don't see him here yet, so he might not. He might be out grocery shopping with his wife, which is way more important than hanging out here with us talking wrestling. I just want to make sure that that's clear to everybody. If you have a wife, you should be out grocery shopping with them, not watching wrestling or talking
Right.
wrestling. All right. Let's talk about the week in wrestling. Get that shit up and over and out of the way. Was it good?
Um,
Anything good?
no, nothing that I really it comes clear.
Right. We both.
It's just kind of jostling shit to see who's going to fight who at the next.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean, we can both agree it's just shit. It's basically nowadays. All right, let's go back to now. Let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about who did we decide on? I forgot.
The only name I can remember was Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. That right. You're right. That's who we were gonna talk about. You're right. All coming back to me now.
Yeah.
So I should probably put the microphone on for the people on the radio.
Well,
welcome in on the radio. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I'm having some.
We'll tell them that part of it was just a secret.
1, 2. You guys couldn't know what we were talking about for the last 4 minutes over here on Facebook over here and YouTube. Okay, sorry, I had an itch on my ass.
Yeah.
So
that's all right.
Itch on my ass. It hurt.
Anyway, won't pass. Be gone.
Sky Daddy, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all of our friends and family out there paying attention to our wrestling wrap-up show. Am I supposed to have a different background for wrestling right now, or I don't know? Not sure how this works anymore. I'm losing track of my mind.
Me too.
Wrestling.
That's the West.
That was the I think I played the closing. Yeah, to open, and I'll play the opening to close.
Well, you fooled Cousin Skunky, so I doubt anybody else recognizes it.
Oh, well, then I just threw myself under the bus because I did myself.
Very much so.
Well, anyway, Heart Foundation. What do you have stuff? Did you do stuff, research, or are we just going to fake it until we
No, I've got some stuff here, and it's
right, I can talk about him for hours. I mean, I love him. He was a great
well, listen, let me give you just a little bit of facts here. Because I didn't realize that. Where did I see that? He made his professional wrestling debut in 1976.
Yeah.
He was that early.
He's older than you think, too. Yeah, he looked good for his age.
He was born in 57, July 2nd, 1957. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's probably in his 70s or so now, right?
Yeah.
75, somewhere around there, 73, 74. Anyway, fantastic wrestler. One of my favorites, the whole foundation. I used to love the Heart Foundation itself. Jimmy, the Mouth of the South, and then you had Brett and Greg the Hammer Valentine and the Anvil, Jim Neidhart. And,
later on,
don't tell me my Wi-Fi gonna fuck with us now. What? Say that again.
I said him later. Younger brother
Owen Hart, right? Owen, yeah. Forgot about Owen. Yeah, you're all frozen and digitally and shit, bro. Why are you messing with me? Hi, King Julian. How are you? Tokes and Takedowns, our weekly wrestling show here on WTHC Radio. Tokes and Takedowns. And today we are talking about our old friend. Which one again? Oh, Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yes.
The Hitman himself. Now remember the Hitman, one of his what was his finishing move? It was at one point it was the figure 4 leg lock. But then he turned it into something where he flipped him upside down or something and turned it into the Heart's Throb or something. I don't know.
Here. I can't think of it right off the top of my head.
Well, that's what we usually have the weird fella here for, but he's not here today, so he's usually the one that knows that crap. He's walking on very thin ice, that fella, and he's chubby, so.
I don't see where it says.
All right, well, we're gonna go with the figure 4 leg lock because I feel like that was basically the move, and then
it was kind of an upside down version of it. Yeah,
he rolled over onto his belly afterwards and made it hurt more, for significantly more, to the point where the people would have to quit. Like, I remember when the figure 4 leg lock was like the deadliest move ever. If you did that, you weren't sure if you could ever walk again. Do you remember that?
If Ric Flair puts it on, it still is.
You couldn't walk for weeks. You'd be in a wheelchair. I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And now it's just a regular, everyday. No, they don't even do it anymore. If you're not flying in the air and doing flips, then you're not even wrestling. You're not even part of the wrestling crew. I don't know. Is that it? Are we done? Can we call it a day?
Well, that's up to you.
I don't know. You got more?
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay.
It says in 2002, Bret suffered a stroke.
Was he still wrestling at that point, or was he already retired? I don't remember when he retired.
I don't think he was still wrestling quite that long.
I don't know. You never know with these crazy some bitches.
94 wrestling. He was in the Royal Rumble in 94. So I don't know. He also wrestled
Weird Matt. What do you think?
Weird Matt? He didn't wrestle Weird Matt.
Well, I hope not, because Weird Matt would have killed him.
In 97, he was in the Survivor Series.
Right. Now we're talking 2002. Is that what we were saying?
Yes, I'm getting closer.
He may have came out and ran out and made a fool of himself at the end there. And, something what they do towards the end of their retirement, they make him come out and do.
Yeah, I don't think Bret Hart was quite that. You know what I mean?
We are, what are we, poo-cockers?
Poo-cockers?
Poo-cockers. Well, God damn, I didn't even know I was a foo-cocker.
I didn't either.
Foo-cockers. Fookers? Are they fookers? Is that a fooker? It could be a fooker. A P-H. Yeah, P-H-F. Fuckers. Fuckers. He's not allowed to write fucker. Oh, he wrote it. He got away with it. YouTube said, fuck it. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Welcome in. We're talking wrestling. Were you a big wrestling fan back in the day, Squatch, when you were a little Squatch? Did you believe in the mighty wrestling?
Oh, Squatch is here?
Yes, that's who's talking to us over there, Fookers. He called us Fookers. What's up, you crazy Fookers? Which then came out to be fuckers. Yes, he was. Now, we were talking about, every week we pick a different superstar from the old days and we talk about them. And today we chose Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart. And so that's who we were discussing. Would you like to come up and talk to us?
Yeah.
You punched Ric Flair in the arm when you was 12. Oh my God. The goo might want to hold your hand and he's a big Ric Flair fan. He might never wash that hand again.
Right.
Goo might want to come lick it.
Nah, I'm not that big a fan.
He pushed you back and down the stairs. What? He's such a dick. Ric Flair, what a rude fucker.
He was styling and profiling. I know he was.
Woo.
Because for
I
sure.
love him. We're not talking about him though. We're talking about our
Squatch
friend
got us off
Hitman
track.
Hart. Yeah, hold on. Let me send an invite to Squatch since Weird Matt didn't come up.
Yeah, dick.
Squatch can come and be our wrestling, our
Well,
special guest wrestling guest tonight. All right, Squatch, there's your invite. It's in your Discord.
So, dude, I told you he was in the 97 Survivor Series.
He 97 was the last match. Is that what you're
No.
getting?
No.
Oh,
That's the latest match I found that he was in. I don't see where he retired. It doesn't say.
He might not be retired yet. He might still be wrestling AEW.
Anyway, in that SummerSlam,
why not? Ric Flair's still doing it, right? He could still.
No,
if Flair's still doing it, he can still do it.
He quit finally.
Woo!
Woo!
He's still out there doing shows, though. He's still out
He's
there
doing some shit, commercials.
Yeah, he's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And so is Hogan. Hogan was just out there at the RNC ripping his clothes off.
Oh,
yeah, brother. What's up, Squatch? How are you?
Brother.
Really good. I'm doing better now that I know Skunky won his bet last night.
Yeah. Let me see. I have your volume down. You sound a little low. Different than you normally sound when you're up here with us. I don't really have any. Maybe it's something you did. I don't know.
I don't know. It won't let me switch my.
I can hear you, so it's okay if we have to deal with it. But it seems a little lower than normal. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guests are hot.
Hey, yes. Bret Hart won his first WWE title from Ric Flair in 1992.
Really?
Woo!
1992?
1992.
That was the first time.
That was late. That was like after I quit. I mean,
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm like, are you sure? Because
that was WWE title now, and that wasn't his very first title.
I was going to say there has to have been WWF titles, right, Squatch? Don't you think?
No. I was watching Ric Flair when he was NWA.
NWA, right? Well, we're not talking Ric Flair anymore, buddy. We're talking. Well, I guess we are because technically he won the belt from her.
Yeah, we get
Bret Hart. Bret Hart overall. Bret Hart overall, and he won it from Ric Flair. No, it's a Bret Hart episode. I'm sorry.
Fuck Bret Hart. I'll kick his ass.
Flair is an old man. Bret Hart will take him out in no time right now. I don't even know. For all I know, one of them could be dead.
I think Ric Flair's still alive. They rejuvenated him. He brought back life with a ball of cocaine, is what I heard.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't either.
He looks good for his health, though.
He was almost dead, and somebody gave him a line of coke, and he's doing all right again, I heard.
He's strutting and profiling, and what do you call it? What'd you call it there?
I'm just making shit up, you guys. It's not
styling and profiling.
I don't want to get beat up for Ric Flair.
Lying.
I know, you gotta worry. They'll come out after you. They'll be like, "You talking shit about me? I saw you on YouTube."
Beat up by Ric Flair, bro.
He's got his ass kicked by 82-year-old Flair.
How old is he?
I saw him one time on a Monday Nitro have a heart attack and fall back into the ropes.
Jesus Christ!
You saw him really have a heart attack and fall back into the ropes?
Yeah. It wasn't terrible. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously,
but my mom, when it happened, my mom said he just had a heart attack, and then they cut it off.
Yeah, no, but mom was just trying to get you, dumbass, to follow along with the whole theme there, Dinkleberry. Huckleberry.
He did.
Huckleberry.
That's what he had. Oh, never mind, dude. That was Bret Hart.
Oh my God. It's like. I'm not even going to say it.
I'm wrestling in my own mind here.
You're wrestling with the RSO you took, for God's
sake. I didn't take any.
So you're saying he had a Bret heart attack?
He had a Bret heart attack,
right?
In the middle of a match and fell.
I don't know, but I'm going to talk to my mom about this now.
Yeah, that she lied to you. She was just like, oh my God, Skunky, he just fell into the ropes. Look at me, had a heart attack. I'll tell you. And you were like, Mama, no. But really and truthfully, it was just an act. It's just wrestling. He's doing much better now, still wrestling 40 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know.
That's kind of how I found out that it was fake. I'm sorry that I'm bringing it to you this way now.
How come there's no betting on wrestling?
Because there is.
Is
oh,
it?
yeah, we can bet on wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Which one's going to make the biggest dumbass out of themselves this week?
I just don't know anybody that bets on wrestling. I've never heard anybody be like, yeah, I bet on.
They'll have bets like,
bet on Hogan this week, baby.
If somebody interfere or you know what I mean, shit like that.
Yeah.
Count out.
Who's going to get thrown over the top rope last in the battle royale?
Oh, you mean you got to get all specific with it and shit in order to win?
I don't know. I don't even care. I try not to even pay attention to the show.
It's got me thinking. I'm like, man, maybe we should infiltrate the wrestling inside the world with the press. What's going on here?
We can look into it. I'm not against looking into it.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Ixnay on wrestling.
I know what you say.
Ixnay on wrestling A. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, Ixnay, K next nay, A. Okay.
Ixnay, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So I heard you had a big, huge performance. We probably shouldn't talk about that right now. We're on a wrestling show.
Nobody cares about that.
I do. I care about it very much. I want to talk about it, but this is wrestling. We're supposed to be talking about Bret Hart.
Yeah.
We brought you here for Bret Hart.
I was ready to kick Bret's Hart ass. If he'd have showed up at the gig, though, I'd have whooped his ass.
I want to hear your story about, I seen you wrote over here that you punched Ric Flair in the arm, and then he wanted to hit you back. He pushed you down the aisle, and then
this is back when him and Dusty Rhodes were having a thing, and
a real thing. Were they lovers?
Yeah, this is when I can't remember.
Were they lovers a thing, or
they were
bad guys? They hated each other.
For the championship back then, they were constantly winning it back and forth from one another. It
I
seemed
thought
like
you were
I was young at the time, so I don't know. I don't remember the exact dates, and honestly, I can't actually remember if Ric Flair was. I think pretty sure that Ric Flair wasn't the champion that night, but I'm not for sure. If you know what I'm saying, and Dusty Rhodes was. But I did see the same night I saw Rock and Roll Express. I saw
very cool
the Road Warriors.
Was this at a local VFW kind of thing, or was
this was like
wasn't that like Madison Square Garden?
This was Norfolk Scope in Virginia. This was back when I was 12 years old. So let me think about it. I was born in 74. I was 12, 86. 19. Look up 1986 and see who was fucking champion then in the NWA. If you got that access to that,
there was a lot of months. In what month? Do you remember what month?
It was cold. It was around winter time, but it might have been but it was my buddy's birthday was in February, so it might have been early
March
86. It was either. I remember it being cold.
I don't think our
I think my buddy's birthday is in like February. I think he's like.
I don't know if our statistician knows how to pewter that well.
That same night, I'm gonna tell you an embarrassing story because I don't give a shit. It's kind of funny.
Are you sure we are live? This could ruin your whole reputation. Oh, thank God! He
already censored me. Look, yep.
They already censored me.
Already blacking me out. Can you hear me?
Are you sure now? You're about to become world famous. Watch. You don't want to.
No.
Want to just ruin it with some silly I peed the bed story. All right, we talked him out of it. He quit. He's out of here. Said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
I'm back.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I'm getting back.
Oh, all right. So as I was saying, are you sure you could ruin the whole Seed Squatch thing with a I pissed the bed story, right now.
It is an I pissed the bed story. It's fucking
It is?
It is.
I knew it.
It's even better than the bed, though. I mean, I
pissed
didn't piss the bed.
I have one. I pissed in my buddy's top dresser drawer.
But it wasn't the bed I pissed on. This thing, I never pissed.
I woke
What
up at
happened
somebody
was
else's
we were
house.
coming back. It was late after the whole show, and we were exhausted because naturally we were cheering for these guys to kill one
What
another.
show? The wrestling show that
The
night?
wrestling show, yes, the wrestling show.
All
that
right, so
night.
you're 12. You're 12 or 13.
12
so
years old, and it's like a 2-hour trip to where we were going. So it was a long ride, and I got back home
and you had to have the 32. You had to have the extra 32 ounces for $25.
You know, we had a big gulp drink. You know, we
right. You had to have that big gulp, and yeah, I guess
it says Ric Flair was the champion in 1986 on this day.
See?
On this day.
Yeah.
1986.
There you go. I was right.
Ric Flair.
My memory serves me well then.
You never even finished the first story. You're already telling us about peeing in the bed. Let's hear about so he pushed you down the aisle.
No, I got home. I got home that night to my friend's house, and they were trying to usher. I was sleepwalking from the time I got out of the car.
No. We're going backwards. We have to go back to the actually punching him in the arm.
Oh, okay.
You never even finished that story.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened. We had like 4th row. We were really close. But I mean, 4th row to us, we were super excited to be that close.
Oh my God,
that was like
absolutely, that's amazing.
That was like big time, and we were poor. You know what I mean? That was like big time. So we were like in 4th row, and we got to run to one side of the aisle or the other. You know what I mean? And it just so happens that on the right side of the aisle was where, you know, Ric Flair was coming down that evening. You know what I mean? And then he was coming down the aisle, and we were just right there, dude. And he walked by, and I socked him right in the arm, and he stopped, turned around, and pushed me right back, and I landed all over my buddy Alan. We were just like, and we were hyped. We were so excited, like, dude, Ric Flair totally pushed you, bro.
Ric Flair, probably. Did you hurt him? I mean, you're a big fucking.
Dude, no, I barely. Dude, I was 12 years old. I was like skinny as a rail. I weighed like 75 pounds.
I don't want to believe it. These guys are cranky bastards walking down the ring. Somebody gives them a little poke, and they're not expecting.
Dude, he loved it. It was great, dude.
He wanted to punch you, but he was
all
like
the woke bullshit, and you could punch people still and not get in trouble.
He was angry. I could see it in his eyes.
This is back when you could push a kid down for being a dick, like I was.
This is my opportunity to be children.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Every time they poke me in the arm,
and my parents didn't sue. You know what I mean? I didn't go home.
What the hell?
Of course not. They cheered.
You'd be a millionaire right now.
I'd be a douchebag. Is what I'd be.
You'd be a rich.
Well, my dad said, "You hit him first, dumbass."
I hit him exactly. That's exactly what my dad said. In fact,
you're lucky he didn't beat the fuck out of you.
Words to me.
You didn't hit people.
My dad said those exact words to me. Well, you hit him first, dumbass.
Right?
He used to call me dummy. We used to call each other dummy.
Yeah,
so
my dad
like, we were big friends. Sanford. I was Lamont. He was Fred.
You big dummy.
I was Lamont. You know what I mean?
You were Lamont. You big.
I was Lamont. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was Fred.
He was Fred, and I was Lamont.
He must have been a crazy old cooter.
Crazy cooter.
Anyway, so on that night, so then you go home, and you're now home after drinking a huge gulp on the way home, one of them double gulps, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a kamikaze. You know it was, because that's how
it was a party, man. You guys just went to wrestling. It's a bunch of fellas on their way home. Mom just picked us up. Was Mom and Dad there? Somebody's parents there with you guys? They dropped off and let you guys.
Miss Cookie, God rest her soul. She passed away a year and a half ago. That was my friend's mom.
Shout out to Miss Cookie.
Yeah. And she, you know, she took us to that show by herself. It was just me, Alan, and Miss Cookie. Bitch. And
shout out to Miss Cookie, crazy ass. Bringing 3 young men to fucking go watch wrestling by herself.
That was awesome. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but she's crazy as an adult trying to supervise 3 young boys. No, what happens if you would have gotten beat up by Ric Flair?
Well, like my dad said, you punched him first, dummy.
Right?
I mean? So,
deserve everything you get. Miss Cookie's gonna get hurt and you're counting you.
You know, it wasn't like I could even punch hard, man. I'm telling you, like I couldn't kill a fly with a fly water back then. I don't think. You know what I mean?
His arm didn't even move. He was like,
yeah, he didn't even. It was like a fly bumping into him. He kind of like, he honestly kind of laughed when he did it. I remember he kind of laughed.
You keep that up, tough guy.
He thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, it was hilarious.
He said,
we just thought it was the greatest thing. We just talked about
absolutely.
it for days.
I'm going to tell you my story. I'm sure you've heard it already, but I'm going to tell you anyway after. But I want to hear
Ric Flair peed on you.
Yeah, I want to hear. No.
Ric Flair pissed on you. I knew it.
Oh, it was King Bundy. King Kong Bundy.
3 times? Yeah, that's
King
crazy.
Kong Bundy.
Lightning doesn't strike 3 times.
King Kong Bundy. Is this thing on?
Huh?
King Kong Bundy peed on me. No. Let's go.
I knew it.
So tell me the story of the double gulp now. Your big gulp, peeing in your friend's dresser, whatever you did.
No. Oh no! So I got home and then I got to their house and it was late. It was probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and I don't remember this, but I was sleepwalking. They were trying to get me to the upstairs bedroom, and instead they got me going in one direction. They thought I was good, and then they turned around, and I'd walked into the pantry, and I was like in there pissing right in the pantry.
Were you drunk?
I was not on Big Gulp. I was drunk. Yes, I was on a kamikaze.
Now you're 13, 12 years old.
Y'all don't know about them kamikaze Big Gulps. That's like the lean of the day back when you were a kid.
What was it like? All 13 flavors of all the Big Gulps, all the way across into one big cup.
Everything.
Oh, the big old mixture that fucked your world up.
Suicide.
Fucking fucked your shit up. We used to call them kamikaze. Some people call them suicides.
Yeah.
We called them a mess.
I call it pissing in the pantry at 2 in the morning and embarrassing yourself in front of your friends and family.
I have a story very, very similar. Now, I don't recall.
That's what I call it.
We were definitely out drinking the night prior or the night of. I don't recall where, though. But anyway, we were drinking, and then I woke up to a right hook. To my mouth, and I said, "Dick, what are you doing, asshole?" And he said, "Why you peeing in my top dresser drawer, fuckface? Now get out of my house." And I was like, "That ain't right. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't know where the bathroom. I don't know what the hell happened."
I mean, that was insulting. I mean, you could have used the bottom drawer. That would have alleviated ruining the top.
I am not one for bending over.
You didn't even consider it. I'm really
underwear drawer. I'm peeing in it. I don't even care.
At least I pissed on canned goods. That was wash off.
I had another friend one night. I'm sleeping on the couch, passed out, drunk. He comes out of his bedroom, out into the living room, opens up the grandfather clock, and just starts pissing into the grandfather clock.
Hey, it sounds like the right time.
I'm sleeping there. All of a sudden, I get woken up to his mom screaming at the top of her lungs, "I heard water running out here, and this son of a bitch is pissing in the goddamn grandfather clock." And I'm like, "I don't know nothing, man. Just let me go back to sleep, bro."
Sounds like to me you could have a whole show on people pissing in things. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 10 pissing. Yeah.
Top 10 pissing stories of all time.
Absolutely. I've had a couple myself. Yeah. My buddy Scotty, here's one. He was.
That's how we go viral.
We were sleeping. I have my wife's family has a beach house out on some island.
And you pissed in it.
No. This was not me. This was me.
This story sucks.
No, wait. You just jump to conclusions. You don't let me finish. If you let me finish. So I'm sleeping in my bed here, and in here is my wife. She's on this side of me, in front of me. And then
your wife pissed in it. That's even better.
Shush. Yes, but let me get to it. So she's in the bed, and my baby, my first baby, my firstborn, my daughter, is sleeping in the baby thing there, the bassinet thing there. The pack and play. We were out the beach house, so we took the pack and play. We threw her in the bottom of that, and she slept in the pack and play for the night. That being said, my wife wakes up, thank God, and picks up the baby and takes the baby and walks into the kitchen area, which is at the other end of the house. My friend Scott then proceeds to wake up. I guess hearing her made him a stir, and he woke up. He comes stumbling into the room now where I'm sleeping, and my wife has just left the room, and I've just stretched out onto the bed, and now I'm like, yes, more sleep, yes. And then all of a sudden I hear tinkle, 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 tinkle. And I open my eyes and I got a hangover and I feel like total crap. And there's dumbass boop, 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 peeing right into my kid's bed. I was like, thank God my wife picked the baby up, or you would have been pissing right on her head, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He was in there peeing. He was just in there peeing like he thought he owned the place.
Yeah, that's bad. You pissing in the baby crib.
That wasn't right. I agree.
I think of all the stories I've heard today, that's probably the worst one yet.
Yeah, peeing in. But luckily, my wife picked the baby. But it was only 3 minutes. My wife
blame
said,
a baby for peeing in the bed, but a grown man in
right,
baby bed,
40, 35-year-old man.
You're basically a fucking infant again with legs, and you should be having a diaper on when you're walking around.
Right. I agree. Not me. I only did this once. And I'm going to say, when I did it, I was a young teenager before the age of allowed drinkability. I was underage drinking. That's probably not the right thing to say. I was not underage drinking. I was above the age, and I just felt like I needed to pee in his dresser. That's the only time I've ever done that. I wouldn't do that again. I learned my lesson with a right hook to my jaw while sleeping. Was not enjoyable. And my buddy is a big fella. Like, he body trained and worked out. So he hit me with all of his might. I have to say, I stood up. I took a pretty good punch.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't get knocked the fuck out. I was already knocked the fuck out, sleeping drunk. That guy just felt like he needed to wake me up with a right hook to my jaw. Damn it. Goo, how many times have you pissed in the wrong place? You being old and this geriatric now.
Just once. It wasn't necessarily the wrong place.
Right. Because if it's where you wanted to go, it's where you wanted to go.
Listen, I'll tell you. The morning when I woke up like this and couldn't walk, I had assumed my leg had just fallen asleep, so I hobbled back to the bathroom to take a leak. And
you're trying to play the medical card, aren't you? You're trying to play the disability.
No,
bad.
When I put weight on my leg while I was taking a leak, I fell into the bathtub because it didn't work. So while you're falling because your leg doesn't work, doesn't necessarily mean you don't stop pissing. So,
yes, pee still comes.
Right. So some of it went where it was supposed to. The rest went on me.
Yeah. I get you. Well, that's kind of not really like what we're saying, though. We were like, have you ever gotten drunk and made an ass out of yourself and peed?
No, I'm not much of a drinker.
I, my friend, am quite a drinker, or was. I don't drink anymore, but at one point in my life, I was a professional drinker. I was standing like this with my arms crossed. If this arm worked, I would show you. Like this, leaning up against the wall at Madison Square Garden. Leaning up against the wall at Madison Square Garden with a bottle of Black Label not Johnny Walker, Black Label Southern Comfort. Yeah, it was Southern Comfort. A full bottle of Black Label Southern Comfort in me. Not a little bottle, the big one. Yeah. So I stood up against Madison Square Garden building like this, and then all of a sudden I said, and everybody was like, "What are you doing, you dumbass? Get up!" I was like, "I'm up, bro. What do you mean?" They're like, "Oh, dude, you're bad."
But y'all can try this smoked mac and cheese.
I would prefer to eat my mac and cheese than smoke it, but if it gets you high, I'm down.
Nice.
Yeah, don't smoke your mac and cheese at home, kids. We do not recommend it.
I recommend it.
He recommends it.
Definitely smoke your mac
Let
and
your
cheese.
mom and dad smoke your mac and cheese, and then you eat it.
Yeah.
After they get a
Nah,
good,
that's called
good
secondhand
soak.
mac and cheese. I don't know if that's
Secondhand mac and
That's
cheese.
really bad for you.
Yeah, you don't want no damn secondhand mac and cheese.
Nah, you don't want the secondhand mac and cheese, man.
Right. Secondhand
I
smoke.
I grew up with secondhand mac and cheese. It wasn't good.
It was never. If I don't even like some of the first hand mac and cheeses that they make out
Me
there.
neither.
Disgusting. Ugh. Powdered. How do you make powdered cheese into cheese?
A hand-me-down mac and cheese.
I'd rather go out and get the block of cheese myself from Salvation Army. The block of cheese they gave away.
Yeah.
Shred that shit myself and make mac and cheese than to eat that powdered flaky stuff. Ugh. That being said, so Bret Hart loves mac and cheese. I was reading about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were doing
I think he also loved beefaronis. I think he did, or whatever they were.
beefaroni. Good lord.
All the wrestlers did commercials for it. SpaghettiOs or something.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
They are
Woo!
right. It's the
Bret
Macho
Hart
Man.
and the Hart Foundation.
The Hart Foundation. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Jim,
Yeah.
the Anvil 9 Hart, Jimmy Hart, the Mouth
Jimmy
of the
Hart,
South,
yep.
Owen Hart,
Owen Hart. Yep.
the dead one.
Yep.
Rest in
Yeah, I
peace.
remember
Owen.
the Hart before Bret. He was like I remember the. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his Daddy Hart. Daddy Hart. I remember Daddy Hart.
Stu. Yeah.
Stu,
I
yeah.
remember the AWA. Do you remember was it the AWA?
American Wrestling Association.
Yes.
I absolutely remember it. Yeah. Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that's what it was before I started watching.
Well, I do have some wrestling knowledge and history from way back in the day.
Yeah, that's what we talk about. The stuff from back in the day when it was good.
Oh, okay.
We don't like to talk about the new
Well, then I
stuff.
can hang out then.
Yeah, you can stay.
Because I don't know none of this new shit.
Yeah, we don't
Logan
pay
Paul
attention
or-
to the shit. We're
Who's
trying
that
to
guy?
keep up with it.
Who's
Matt's
Logan
our
Paul?
guy.
Hey,
Matt's our new guy. Who's Roddy Paul?
the sharpshooter was his move.
The sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, yes.
Right. It was not the kiss of death.
Isn't
Right.
that RuPaul's little brother or some shit? I don't know.
Sharpshooter?
I just don't know who Logan Paul is. I just keep hearing the name.
It's Jake Paul's brother.
It's Jake Paul's brother and RuPaul.
I know who Jake Paul is.
Jake and Luke
Yeah.
Rue
I like
are
him either way.
all they're all
This
siblings.
dumbass was a wrestler.
Rue went
Nah,
into
I'm just picking on
singing.
Logan right now. I'm just playing dumb.
Rue
Being
went into
sarcastic.
singing. Logan went into wrestling, and Jake went.
I don't like Logan because he's trying to sue everybody after he fucks everybody over, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of guy.
You know what I mean? What a douche.
That's not my kind of guy. That being said, their brother Rue though made it in singing.
That's probably why he lost the title recently. Didn't Logan lose that title recently?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a loser. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, he lost his title last week or two ago.
Yeah, I just don't like the guy.
What are you laughing about over there, Skunky?
I'd beat him up in a real match, me and Logan.
You say their brother RuPaul?
Yes. Rue. You remember RuPaul. You got to work it, girl.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were related.
Yes, that's Logan and Luke and Jake's brother, Rue, or sister, Rue. Work, girl. You got to work it, girl. Anyway, back to wrestling. So, we're not doing the whole family, unfortunately, because I would love to talk about the unfortunate death of Owen Hart, because that would be a great show. But I wanna really try to spend the last 15 minutes or so like trying to actually talk about this dude Bret Hart, because he was a great wrestler.
He was.
Is he still alive? Is Bret Hart still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's just got remarried or something, didn't he? Or I remember seeing something on TV about him recently about him
I
and
was
his
worried for a
wife.
minute. I was like, I was
him
in the
and his
middle of like
wife
a
and his
ceremony where he
family.
died or something. I'm over here making fun of the guy.
Why is there a goddamn pussy in my face? Damn pussy looking at his lips over there. What are we eating? Damn pussy.
Betty. He's battled prostate cancer as well.
He's battling prostate cancer.
Battles with, yeah.
Paddles with. All right, so he's fought it a couple times. Looks like he's okay. He's
And
winning.
stroke, yeah.
Winning.
Winning.
Well, he's from Canada, right? That was true. That was always true. His dad was one of the greats as well, Stu Hart. Stu Hart. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Oh, sorry, Stewart. Stu Hart. Stewart. That's got me thinking about him. Look what I can do. The guy from Saturday Night Live. Forget it. Anyway, that being said, this has been a blast. I want to thank you all so very much for being here. But do we have anything else over there, Skunky? Or
it says he was 5-time WWF World Champion.
That's before WCW.
Wait here, where'd it go? WCW World Champion twice.
He was amazing.
Yep.
He had beautiful hair too.
Okay.
I love the way he would keep it wet and curly.
It sounds like you had a crush on him.
I did. Hot pink pants.
Sure.
The bulge in the front of his cock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He was hot. Hey, Squat, did you hear the news? I have a second interview tomorrow with the people from Happy Gilmore 2. Yep, they want to meet me tomorrow via Zoom.
Of course they do.
Yeah, they're looking for me. They said, we've been looking for somebody just like you. Sir.
Hell yeah, dude. You're going to get it, dude. You're going to be in the fucking movie. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to let the big guy go or not. I'm just going to do me, I think.
So, let him go. If he's going to be a dick about it, let him go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to be a dick about it?
He is. Look at him. He's sitting there. He ain't saying a word.
He never does.
Sitting over there, letting you do all the talking.
He never does, right?
Yeah, he lets you do all the work while he just fucking sits there. That's some bullshit.
That's why he's
what that
fat
is.
as he is. That's why he's as fat as
he just uses you, man. You don't need him.
Yeah, you're right. I need another man to stick their hand up my ass.
You need a whole other man. You got Cousin Skunk. You got me, dude. What?
I need a Squatch-like man to put his hand up my ass. Yeah. That's what I'm
there, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Be a whole new attitude, damn it. I'm bringing a whole new attitude tomorrow.
No, that's great, man. I hope you get it.
No, I don't. I think it's a bunch of shit. I think when I get there, when I Zoom them tomorrow, they're gonna be like, we fooled you. Do you want to buy car insurance or something?
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. But it was an open call for casting, and I said, hey, fuck it, I'll try. I put my name in.
Dude, it's you know what I mean. It's actually. It's legit. I mean, that happens all the time. They do it all the time where there's a movie being set.
Yeah, it's for an extra, I'm sure, but I'm gonna go there and put on my best hippie and see how we can do.
Do it.
Maybe I'll throw myself through it. I'm gonna get a little table over here. I'm gonna Chris Farley right through that shit for them.
Do it. They might just fall in love with you and right a spot. Sometimes, man,
right. That's what we were saying before. We were saying I could be
somebody, and they'll be like, "Dude," the writers will be like, "Dude, I could see this guy," and they'll just write it in. And
that's what we were talking about before. I'm gonna be the weed seller of weed at the golf course when they're playing.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking perfect.
You could come up and see the weed dude.
Dude, that would be fucking great.
Yo, bro, I'm here to sell the dubage on the 18th hole. Yeah, something like that. I'm here. I'm ready. Happy. I mean, Adam, I'm here for you, Adam. Call me. Well, hopefully he sees this and the quality of this.
Right.
And then he'll be like, I'm in.
Yes.
This has been a hell of a show. We've had 0 watchers since the
All
beginning.
right. Well, listen here. I got to get going. Grace just got home. I'm gonna go get the gate for her.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here too, because like
Good
I
chat
said,
with y'all.
I gotta go and
Good
practice
talking, Scarky.
my me's.
Glad you
Any
won the fight
advice?
last night.
Any advice for my new career before I go tomorrow?
Break a leg.
Break a leg. I don't know if you know or not, but these fuckers are already broken, bro.
Perfect. You're prepared.
They're pretty much already fucking dead. They don't do nothing. All right, homie. Much love. Everybody have a great afternoon. We'll see you next week for Tokes and Takedowns over here on WTHC. Until then, peace, love, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload of nugs. Peace.
Peace, man.